Good day everyone, welcome to Global Right Zone. Today we will discuss about America First. If you've watched the news at any point over the last decade, you've undoubtedly heard the phrase America First. Today it's one of the most powerful and heavily debated slogans in modern politics. But what does it actually mean? Where did it come from? And why does it stir up so much passion on both sides? To understand it, you don't need a degree in political science. At its absolute core, America First is the idea that the United States government should focus entirely on its own people, its own economy, and its own safety before worrying about the rest of the world. Think of it like the safety speech you hear on an airplane. Put on your own oxygen mask before helping others. When a government adopts an America First approach, it completely changes how it handles money and jobs. Then war and peace, and finally, global alliances. First is money and jobs. Instead of relying on global trade and buying cheap goods from overseas, this policy says the United States should make things at home, protect American factories and put taxes, called tariffs, on foreign products to give local businesses an advantage. Second is war and peace. It argues that the United States should stop acting like the world's police. Instead of spending billions of dollars on foreign conflicts or defending allies overseas, that money should be kept at home to fix roads, build schools, and support local communities. And third is global alliances. It champions the idea that international groups like the United Nations shouldn't dictate American laws. If a treaty or a deal doesn't directly benefit American citizens, the philosophy says the United States should walk away. Now, while this sounds like a modern political movement, the phrase America First actually has a deep century-old history. It has peaked during three distinct eras. It first gained major traction over 100 years ago, around 1915, when President Woodrow Wilson used it to justify keeping America neutral during the early years of World War I. For Wilson, it meant prioritizing American peace over European conflicts. The phrase returned with a vengeance in 1940, just before World War II. A massive student-led organization called the America First Committee grew to 800,000 members. Its single goal was to keep America out of the war against Nazi Germany. Interestingly, some of its early members included a young Gerald Ford, who would later become president, and future Supreme Court Justice Potter Stewart. The movement's biggest celebrity spokesperson was the famous aviator Charles Lindbergh, though the committee disbanded almost instantly after Japan attacked Pearl Harbor in 1941. Then, in 2016, Donald Trump revived the slogan, making it the official foreign policy doctrine of his administration. In this modern era, the focus shifted toward pulling out of global trade deals, stricter border enforcement, and demanding that international allies pay their fair share for defense. Because it's such a powerful idea, it splits public opinion right down the middle. People who support America First say it's just common sense. They believe a president's primary job is to protect their own citizens, bring manufacturing jobs back home, and stop wasting American lives and money on foreign wars that don't directly impact daily life in the States. On the other hand, critics argue that the modern world is far too connected for the United States to isolate itself. They point out that aggressive tariffs can spark trade wars, which actually drive up prices for everyday consumers. Furthermore, they argue that when America steps back from global leadership, it creates a dangerous power vacuum that adversarial nations are eager to fill, ultimately making the world, and America, less safe. Even pop culture has weighed in on this history. Before he became famous for his children's books, Dr. Seuss actually drew fierce political cartoons mocking the 1940s America First movement, warning that ignoring global threats would eventually backfire. Ultimately, America First is a philosophy that re-emerges whenever Americans start to feel weary of global responsibilities. Whether you view it as a necessary defense of national sovereignty or a risky retreat from the global stage, it remains one of the most influential ideas shaping the role of the United States in the modern world. And that's a wrap. Thank you for watching our video. For more content, please Please hit that like button, share, and subscribe to our channel. This is Global Rights Zone. Remember to be human, be kind.